What up, what up, what up, world? Welcome back to another episode of the Lucky Underdogs podcast, brought to you by Believe Network and Goodman Productions. It's your boy, the one, the man, DB, Devin Butler, in the place to be, what it is.
It's your boy CJ Prosise, man. You know, every week it's the Lucky Underdogs podcast. We highlighting those guys who don't get the shine, who ain't getting the media coverage, but when they get the opportunity, they ball, man. And we got a special guest this week, man. He's a prime example of a team underdog guy going straight to industry. And we got the most winningest quarterback of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Notre Dame history.
Those two other guys.
Notre Dame history.
Brady, we had him on earlier. Scoot over a little bit, though. Joe Theismann, we had you on too, man. Watch out a little bit, man. We got the winningest quarterback in Notre Dame.
The most winningest in all time.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it, man.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
True underdog, man. Real underdog.
Nah, he's
real
super industry now.
He started off underdog, man. We all got to start off somewhere. He ain't start off industry, so I mean that's where there's the difference is. When you can get the industry, but when you start off underdog and you go industry, then it's a little different.
Right. It probably feels just a little bit, tastes a little sweeter than, huh? The perks hit a little different, huh? Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, man. Of course, anytime.
Thank you for coming through, man, for sure, bro. Yeah, man. So, like we said, man, the most winningest quarterback in ND history, straight from California. You feel me? Yeah, and I live in California now, so I'm feeling that sunshine, and I definitely just want to start off and say I have no clue how Notre Dame gets any kids to leave the state of California. No clue at all. I don't know how y'all did it, but hey, kudos to you, Max. Like that whole pipeline. Oh man, it's a pipeline from ND to California, and I have no clue how y'all do that. What drove you to make that choice to Notre Dame? Because I know you was committed to, was it Washington State at first?
Yeah, I was committed to Washington State for 3 months, and then I knew a coach that Mike Sanford. He was coaching at Boise State, and I was really considering Boise State. He left. And he went to Notre Dame. And then after being committed, he hit me up. You know how it goes. You commit somewhere and then other people want to offer. It's very frustrating, but that's how it works. And so I was committed to Washington State. And then he called me one day and was like, you got to come out here and check it out. Notre Dame speaks for itself. You have to see it in person. And I was like, man, I got to do it. I got to go check it out. And then I decommitted like 3 days later. So
yeah.
And did that to you.
Yep, exactly.
You remember what game it was that you came out to?
Yeah, I came out in the summer, no game, and I committed. But then my first time to a game was USC when Will Fuller gave Adoree Knowles the handshake, and then
Yeah, that was
a cold game.
Yeah, like CJ over there cheesing. That was a good game.
That was a cold game.
Yeah, that was a cold, man. That was a hell of a game, man. Hell yeah.
So that was my first game there.
Nah,
and that's the best game to pick.
For sure.
Because sheesh, I mean, USC under the lights.
It was crazy. Yeah, it was awesome. I remember it was freezing too. It was freezing.
Well, it was October.
So when you got on campus,
I don't know if we could use freezing. We could say it was chilly.
Like,
we could say it was chilly, but freezing, that's a little
compared to the California weather.
I'm about to say them Cali boys, them boys come out there in October, they be freezing.
Exactly.
Them boys. For every time.
I feel it now though too, because October
out
out here in California is lovely. Oh man,
it is nice. It is nice.
Yeah, man. So when you got on campus, being a Notre Dame quarterback, I don't know the whole situation as far as like, starting position and stuff. I mean, because I guess Wimbush would have been the quarterback when you got there.
When I got there, my freshman year, we were 4-8, and it was Deshaun and Malik. Dude, I was fifth, really. Deshaun, Malik, Brandon, and then me. So I was just kind of hanging out. I redshirted that year and was learning a lot from those guys. And then obviously not the best year. A lot of things were changing. Fired defensive coordinator, offense coordinator was gone by the end of the year. It was like, wow, just kind of started over.
No, for sure. And I mean, for you, that's probably like a good move because you've seen a lot of you were kind of part of that culture change. So when was it like, what was it like playing in that quarterback room like under Coach Kelly? That pressure that he kind of puts on the QBs apart from somebody else, from what you see from
Right.
Parker
And I'd be
never.
curious
Yeah.
to hear what you guys say, like what Coach Kelly might have been like in your meeting rooms. But
Never saw him
I
in one.
mean,
Never saw him in one. Just to give you that one right there.
Yeah,
Never.
he offensive coach. He
so
offensive coach.
he was good, man. He's hard on quarterbacks. People know that. People see that. But we had a good relationship. A lot of people ask me about, my relationship with Coach Kelly, but he gave me my chance to play. He was hard on me, but I kind of like when coaches are, straight to the point with me. And he wouldn't be in the quarterback room if we were doing well, and if that's kind of how, at least my experience with Coach Kelly was, obviously he was a good leader. He hired the right coaches. He always had like a schedule and keys to victory, and he led a good message. But he wasn't in the quarterback room if we were playing well, and if weren't playing well, he was in there. So, I mean, for us, we wanted to play as best we could, so then we didn't have to have him in the quarterback room. But
Say
you know how it was.
don't
Like
see coach.
if the DBs, at least when I was there, if the DBs had a rough week, he was going to be in the DB room. If the linebackers had a rough week, if the kicker was struggling, so he moved around, and that's kind of how it was for me. So there was nothing against him, but a goal for us was like, hey, let's keep him out of this QB room so we know we're playing well, essentially.
Yeah, nah, that's dope, man. That's dope to hear. And that's definitely
How,
a stark difference from what he was like when we were there. Because I never saw Coach Kelly in the meeting room besides the main auditorium. Like, and I mean, I played defense, so I definitely probably wasn't gonna hear from him anyway. But
right.
yeah,
I
definitely,
definitely
it's good
think,
to hear that he was more hands on.
after that 4-8 season, I've heard from not just you guys, but a bunch of people that I don't know what changed, but he stepped it up just in all facets of the game, really, all facets of his coaching.
I mean, and like just like you said, like there was huge. If a group was kind of doing bad, when we were there, it was like, all right, the offense. If somebody on the offense messing up, like obviously the quarterbacks, if they mess it up, he's gonna be in there. But like we had a week where we had Coach Kelly for like we had him. He was our receiver coach for a week, and a lot of the reason he wasn't in the meeting rooms because he didn't know what the hell was going on. Like he knew like the base of everything, but like he didn't know the
Right.
details. So he would your coach is telling you to find details of how to run a route, when to turn around at 10 yards, 12 yards, and Coach Kelly coming there like, no, I want you going 14.
Right.
Like, no, I want you
And
doing
that's
this, like little
communicate.
stuff. You're like, bruh.
And my whole life playing football, that some places are like that and some places aren't. But I would definitely say a huge key to success is everybody like saying the same language, using the same verbiage. And I would say like our best years at Notre Dame, we were doing that. So that was good to know.
Man, one thing I'll say is I'm a Cowboys fan, and I definitely see a lot of correlation between the Dallas Cowboys and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Like, I feel like they both really are America's team in the sense that there's a strong population of the country that roots for us to not do well. Like, they root for us to not succeed or to fail.
Right.
And so, I feel like the Dallas quarterbacks, they get a ton of pressure. Like, no matter what, any sports show, they're going to talk about the Dallas Cowboys week in and week out. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I definitely feel it's that way. It's the same way with Notre Dame. So did you feel some of that added pressure once you was the man? You had 2 college football playoff berths, you know what I'm saying? So you definitely have enjoyed a lot of success on the field. So year in and year out, did this, like, how did that pressure elevate each year? How did that feel for you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think the reason you go to Notre Dame is to play in the big game. And to be the quarterback in Notre Dame people always joke about it, right? Like, when I think about it, I think like the best places to play quarterback, Notre Dame, Texas, USC, like just with the history, just the amount of people, the tradition, the people that like love those schools, like the quarterback, it's the best, man. So I was blessed, and just to be able to go there and play and have success and go to a bunch of playoffs, win some bowl games. The pressure was there. I will say, I think like one of the best things I did in college was like not read any of the hype or any of the negativity on my phone. I'll tell you, I was pretty damn good at not looking at any of that because, as you guys know, like that doesn't help anything. So I did a good job of like really staying off social media pretty much every season I was there. And just the day in and day out grind with the guys. Like nobody else matters but the guys on the field when the whistle, when the game starts and the whistle blows. That was a fact. I would always say that. So I was like, I think I did a pretty damn good job of ignoring the noise and just trying to like live in the moment. Like it's a fast, quick time at Notre Dame, and I wanted to enjoy all of it. And I think I'm really happy that I did that.
Let's talk a little bit about Indy this year, man. So first, let's just get your general thoughts on the team this year. What did you see from the regular season that you liked? What did you see that you thought could have been better or that you expected to be better going into the year?
It's a good question. I don't know, man. I would say like I had fun watching this year. I really wanted to watch Sam. He was somebody that I talked to when he was trying to make his decision on where he wanted to go, and I sold him on ND, and it looked like it worked a little bit. So I was glad he went there. I like the way he plays. I think he's a competitor. He's obviously a winner. It's crazy. My second start ever was against Sam. My second year
against him,
and I'm 3 years removed, and he's still playing this year. It's crazy. So I wanted to watch though, and I thought he did. I thought he did a good job, and I don't know what needed to improve, but I thought the O-line was great this year. I thought Sam did a good job. I know there was definitely some young receivers stepping up. That might have been maybe an area that we were lacking, maybe just a little bit. But I don't know if there was anything like specific that I was like, man, this needs to be better. I do think like they played. I mean, it's hard. Notre Dame's schedule is hard. It's funny what people, now that I'm out of college, just seeing what people write on Twitter about what they think is right. It's
oh yeah, all those keyboard analysts.
Some people cut up clips and they'll be like, he's got to see this receiver here. And in my head, I'm like, that's a clear out route. Like he's not even looking at that, So, but hopefully they get a good bowl game and can win that on top and get some momentum for next year.
So like, what are your thoughts on like the OC, Gerard Parker? Him. They saying he coming back next year. I guess. What are your thoughts on that? You think he was sort of a problem with the offense, or think he just kind of this is first year stuff and he's kind of room for improvement?
Yeah, I hate to be a boring guest, but I have such a hard time answering that question because, like, I don't know what's going on in the day to day.
Right.
I wish I did, but like, if I go ask, most of the people, I'm starting to get older, man. Don't know many people there anymore.
That's always an interesting time when you get out of the college and then the last class of dudes that you played with are gone. Oh, that's always a tough time because you're like, damn.
I think that'll be this year for me. These guys leaving, it's over. But when you ask, they're like, yeah, like Gerard, he needs more time. He needs this and that. So it's like I don't know. But from watching the games, like you said, there were some great games, and then I feel like you can also be an offense coordinator, call a great game, and not go your way. It kind of is what it is. I wish I knew more to answer that, but I guess I would say, I trust Freeman from what I know, and if he feels like he needs to give that guy one more year, then I'm with it, really. I don't know. It's tough, man.
It's tough.
I hope you can kind of get what I'm saying.
Like
it's hard.
It's a fan perspective. Everybody wants so much from because we saw at the beginning of the season, everybody's like, oh, we're putting up 40 points against Navy and there's 3 teams like this. But then it's like, all right, we go against the competition. We got a first-year offensive coordinator and a first-year quarterback. Like, it's going to be a lot of mistakes, a lot of kinks in the system. So,
well, I always think like, if you look at the stats from a lot of people that I know that have had it's different because Sam will be gone, but a quarterback that gets an offensive coordinator more like for 2 years in a row normally is a lot better. Like I always think about Jalen Hurts. He always had, when I knew Jalen last year in Philly, like we were looking at the stats, he always had a new offensive coordinator every year. He finally got Shane Steichen for 2 years in a row, and he went crazy and made $50 million the next year. So it's like that they work together. So, I wish obviously there was a quarterback that was there again to really understand what he's going to call and understand all that. But giving him another chance, I think it's good, man. I think Freeman, sure. I trust in Freeman to figure it out and fix what needs to be fixed.
Yeah, no, I definitely trust Coach Freeman. I think he's a great delegator, and he's a great he's somebody that evaluates the people that he puts around him really well. I think
Exactly.
that that's something that he does great. And that's something that Coach Kelly did great as well too. Surrounding yourself with people that can give you
For sure.
success. And I think Coach Freeman takes it a step further because he does have that attention to detail, and you can tell that he's really involved with those guys on a day-to-day thing. Not that Coach Kelly wasn't, but just to a deeper degree, I'd say.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you about Sam. So I know you said you talked to Sam when he was doing his decision. Are y'all like the same age, or is he younger than you? I feel
I
like
think
y'all
he's
might be like
24.
the same age, bro. I feel like y'all might be like the
I think
same
he's
age.
24. I'm 25.
Oh, okay, all right, cool. Now,
Yeah.
that's what's up, man. So was this like the first? Would you say your first Notre Dame quarterback that you've kind of kept, like, I wouldn't say under your wing, but somebody that you was kind of talking to throughout the season? Was this one of those, like, kind of like your first go of having that younger guy while you was out of school
I would
to talk
say
to?
probably not because of his age. Like I
Yeah.
played him my first game. Like I talked to him. I would tell him good job. I've seen him on the sideline at the game that I went to this year, but I don't think he needed me rah him just to get him going. I think he knew that this year was his year to get ready for the NFL. I would say like the first time I tried to really mentor a quarterback was with Drew Pine when he stepped in when Buckner got hurt. He was a guy I watched a lot of film with, a guy that I worked out with. He's a good friend of mine. Still talk to him. Actually, might be throwing with him this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
But he was someone that had stepped into the spotlight quickly, had no choice, and I thought people were pretty damn hard on him. And he went 8-2, I think it was, and he was someone I just really tried to mentor. Just really tried to help him out in what it's like to be the Notre Dame quarterback.
And it sucks being Notre Dame quarterback. You can go 8-2,
Yeah.
and people were like, "Yo, you suck. Like you need to
Well,
go. We need
the
somebody else."
problem
Like
is everybody wants what everyone thinks like what's next is better. Always. Oh, the next OCC is better than Gerard Parker until it's not. The best 5-star quarterback on the sideline is better than the guy who's been playing until it's not. It's like I get it, but you got to give some people a chance to at least prove what they got.
exactly, and that's what that's what the underdog's
Exactly.
about,
Wow,
man. Team
that's what we
underdog,
all
man.
about, man.
If we all jump ship after one little hole in the boat, we none of us would
That's
none
what's
of us would
crazy
be
now
be able
about
to make
the transfer
opportunity.
portal. That's what's crazy now.
Man,
People are
Yeah,
not playing 1 year and they're gone. My whole thing was I'm staying there the whole entire time until I get my degree, and I think that let me like really set my mind on the goals of I got to do whatever I can do to get on this field because I'm going to be here for 4 years or whatever. So
that's the mindset, man. And I
yeah,
definitely, I wanted to, I don't know if you heard, but Coach Freeman definitely said that, they were going to have their eyes in the portal to see, who was available. And I guess a two-part question. Do you think, one, that that's necessary? And then two, how you think that affects like the guys that's in the quarterback room right now, like the
right.
Angelis and the other young guy that they just got that was like a 5-star that just signed.
Right.
Like, I mean, obviously,
You got to think of
everybody wants to be a competitor, but if you're bringing in a 5th-year guy, that's kind of like the writings, like they're saying, like, yeah, y'all handing him the keys. So how would you,
Right.
well, not how would you feel, but how would you suggest someone that was a younger quarterback to approach that
Yeah.
situation?
I think everybody's going to be upset in the quarterback room because they want to be the next guy, which is totally fair. But I think if you take a step back and look at it through whatever the coach's eyes or Notre Dame's eyes as a whole, nobody else has really played. So why don't you go get somebody? And if you make it a true open competition, then it's all fair. May the best quarterback win. But like if I was Angeli, yeah, I'd be pissed. He's been waiting his time, but at the end of the day, man, they don't care. They're going to find the best guy to play.
yeah. I like how you said if they make it a fair,
was,
open competition, because a lot, like 75% of the time, they like it's a competition, but it's usually not. It's usually not a fair competition.
That's
usually one
the
guy
hard part
kind of gets the
for
reps.
these guys in the quarterback room now. But you have the upper hand. You know the plays a lot better than the guy coming in. So
that's true.
I think at the end of the day, like if there is a quarterback in the quarterback room right now who is better, it'll probably show. It's not like they're going to play the 5th year they bring in if he's not as good, right? Just because the coaches have their job on the line. So I think you have to do it because these guys haven't really played. But back to the guys in the room, I'd be pissed. It's a natural reaction. I'd be pissed off.
I'm gonna start it off right here, man. Let's get Lil Manning up to ND, man. If we gonna get a transfer quarterback, let's get Lil Manning up there, yo. Yeah. If we gonna get anybody, that's the only one I want is Lil Manning. That's it. If it ain't Lil Manning, I don't want it, man.
I think it's. I think that they like that. I saw that maybe the Kansas State guy, Will Howard or something like that, and then maybe Riley Leonard. But Elko just got the job at A&M, so he might take him. Who knows?
Yeah.
I did see Riley.
Honestly, Riley Leonard is a tough quarterback. You know, he's a good quarterback, but I don't think that he's like. I don't see him being better than Angeli. I mean, I think Angeli, we got to give him a season first before we could just say, you know, yeah, like you was just saying, Ian, like you got to let the guy get some fair spin. Like I thought they should have at least let him get like some meaningful reps. Like once we lost. Yeah, I was like, we
after
should have got some meaningful reps in first half.
Even after, especially after Clemson.
For sure, after Clemson.
Yeah,
sure. I think they should let them all compete, man. Let the best guy take it.
Exactly.
It is what it is.
Let the boys play, man.
The best guy
For real. Let the boys play, man. Straight up, yeah.
And I do want to ask you one more question. My last one. How mad are you that the NIL started after you left? Because you've been getting that bag, boy. I
try not to think about it, man. I try not to think about it. Missed it by a year. Yeah.
Oh, a year.
Ooh. Yeah.
Man, that one hurts because you were that guy. I mean, at Notre Dame too. I mean, you'd have been making. I mean, Sam. I think they said Sam's making like $750. So. I mean, you would have had to be up there like close to $1 million. Yeah.
Well, they'd have had my boy in the commercials and all of that, man. They'd have had that boy.
they need my boy some back pay. Like they need to get some back pay.
If you do, you gotta donate to the Underdog Foundation. We got a little scholarship fund that's going out to retired players that's trying to go back and finish their degrees. A little scholarship fund. That's all.
I love it. I would have. It would have been a different world, man. Would have been fun. Would have been nice to obviously do that, but. Treat my linemen and do a bunch of stuff. It would have been cool.
Yeah, but definitely would have decked out the house on down there. You would have decked out that crib. I know it, man. Some dudes would have been living nice on Eddie Street, yo. Dudes would have been on Eddie Street living real nice. What? Like, cooling, man.
Real good on Eddie Street.
Yeah, man. But hey, man, we definitely appreciate your time, bro. I know you got a busy schedule, so definitely appreciate you taking your time to come and rap with us here on the Lucky Underdogs podcast, man. Brought to you by Believe Network, Good Men Productions. Any last words before we wrap up, brother? Tell them people what you got going on, if you got any business ventures or anything like that.
Yeah, no, I'm training, man. Still working out, still throwing. Waiting for the next opportunity, whatever it is. But appreciate you guys having me on here. Continue being the underdog, and I like it better that way. So appreciate it, guys.